think the biggest thing is that the voice is coming from the communities, it's coming from the Indigenous communities, and when they have a voice, what they want to see out here, there is a focus on more objectives than just timber.
You can really tell that whenever it's done by our community forest, they care about the community. They're really invested in the community. It's not just a job, it's enhancing what the community is. So it means a lot.
Our goal is that long vision. Really want your grandkids to be able to walk through a forest here and say, boy, somebody made the right decision.
Community forestry is when local forests are managed by local communities. The idea is simple. It's that the people that live closest to the forest get to have a say in how it's managed, and they get to benefit from that management. Those benefits are economic, but they're also non-monetary, social, cultural, environmental.
British Columbia is 95% public land, and that land itself is owned by the people of British Columbia. And yet, traditionally, the people of British Columbia haven't had a voice in how the forests are being managed.
Most community forests are community forest agreements, where the province issues licenses to communities. The tenures are long-term for a designated area. Some of them are held by municipalities or First Nations, by societies or co-ops. Many of them are partnerships between Indigenous and non-Indigenous communities.
Indigenous people in the past never had a say in what happened on their lands, and we've existed on these lands for thousands of years. Community forest is guided by a board of directors where government and First Nations are really working collaboratively on how the forest license is operated.
I believe that's a big part of their success, that governance structure, having the 6 First Nations, the village, and the regional district. There's a ton of local community input that's really kind of unique and important.
That's our main value, I would say, is managing the community forest for the community so it can heal the community.
We're out there quite a bit. Fishing, picking berries, picking medicinal teas.
It's a way of life for us here in Burns Lake, and it's basically our table here. And if we don't look after it, there's no way that we can look after ourselves.
We're looking at riparian protection, leaving more retention, planning for future old growth, mushroom habitats and other values.
Ecosystem-based management, that's how we look at doing forestry on the Sunshine Coast. We look first at the ecosystem, how it's operating. Also from a social standpoint, who's using the forest. Maybe we're impacting our drinking water. Seeing forestry done in a way where ecosystems form a value within the management system was just really encouraging to see.
We wanted to do something different here, to try to implement some alternative harvesting practices. When we work with the community forest, we're given a lot more leeway to emphasize these other values.
With the lasting impact that forestry has, this partial harvest is really like an example of something different. We should never stop innovating.
We are in a phase where things are getting warmer. More selective logging provides that shade and just a better nurturing forest for the young trees.
We're thinning out the forest, and we're getting, enough timber out of it to make it worthwhile, and we're leaving lots of retention.
We're leaving behind an ecosystem that meets some of those objectives. So maybe it's opportunities to go hiking in there. Maybe it's leaving a certain retention out there that's encouraging the deer to come out. And maybe it's opening up the forest just enough so that the berry plants can thrive as well too. In the end, we ended up doing 10 kilometers along this road worth of fuel treatments. We've spaced the canopies. We got all kinds of plant growth.
So it's about 100 meter wide on either side then?
Yeah. And again, the objective here was we take the fuels out, we take some of the trees out to provide access for firefighters to get back here.
Our community forest managers have taken a true leadership role over the last 2 decades to understand the needs for wildfire mitigation, to engage with their communities, and to be really proactive about how do we manage forests to make them more resilient to fire.
We're standing today in an area burned by the Tremont Creek wildfire. In 2021, that fire came into the edge of Logan Lake and burned about 20–25% of the community forest itself.
You know, we were definitely tested, and it showed that the work the community forest has put in over the years, it was successful. It stood the test of time, and we're here to prove that.
To be kind of forefront leaders, showing other communities how to do it and how it's done with the fire coming through. I mean, I think more than anything, we just proved how necessary proper forest management is.
We're burning the surface fuels, so if there was a wildfire, it wouldn't be able to go anywhere from here. And it's also an opportunity to do other things like promote more wildlife habitat, more berry growth, and more biodiversity within the area.
We have an opportunity to manage our forest with fire. It's a technique that was used for millennia by Indigenous peoples, and we can bring fire back into the working landscape through supporting prescribed and cultural fire.
This is part of the Thompson Rim Trail, so it's quite heavily used by people wanting to come up here and setting up under the stars. To me, it's a must-do if you're ever in Creston.
We're pretty lucky to have, the abundance of outdoor activities. We manage about 42 kilometers of hiking trails in the area. That adventure lifestyle is really important to a lot of people here.
For the community, it offers freedom. It's a huge outdoor playground that you can access at any time. So if you're into hiking, you're into walking, you're into biking, just the opportunities are there.
Because a lot of the revenue and a lot of the benefit from our harvesting here in the community forest goes right back into the community directly. The money's not just all going away. It really is benefiting people here.
One of the other really unique things about community forests is that they really model place-based solutions. They hold these tough conversations. You're far more accountable when you live next door to someone.
There's always going to be a group that's on the vanguard. There's a group that's a little bit ahead of everybody else, showing the way. And that's kind of how I see community forestry working in BC. It is concerned with your village. It is caring for the land. It's caring for each other.
That's the future of 10 years in BC, is community forest. Local people making local decisions.
We're looking at several generations. First Nations talk about 7 generations. We need to be looking at, our children's children and what this community forest is going to be for them.
We're facing huge challenges: wildfire, climate change, economic uncertainty. Community forests bring local leadership, Western and Indigenous science together, and a long-term approach that is working to make forests healthy and communities strong. Community forestry is showing where the sector can go towards more shared decision-making, local benefit, and long-term forest health.